Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market, and today guys, updates for you as every single day. Let me remind you, the World Cup final is coming. As always, on all my accounts you can find absolutely everything, the updates, the words, the result and all the rest. So remember to be on all my accounts for all the latest, and then here on YouTube for the transfer updates, for all the news. It's super busy, it's crazy busy, so stay tuned for all the very latest, and we will talk about absolutely everything today. Many stories to mention and to talk about. Let me start with some piece of news from around Europe. Paris Saint-Germain, Kolo Muani and Renato Sanchez out of the squad. Both of them are up for sale. Renato Sanchez has been informed that he has to find a new club. Kolo Muani, negotiations ongoing with Juventus. Paris Saint-Germain, Magnus Akliush, closer and closer. In the next days, PSG count on closing the deal with Monaco for Magnus Akliush, an exclusive story from June that is coming to an end. Then another exclusive important story, Samu Costa, midfielder from Mallorca, targeted by Red Bull Leipzig over the recent weeks, is also a target for Cristiano Ronaldo team in Saudi Arabia, Al Nassr. Al Nassr have an agreement in place with Mallorca for Samu Costa, so club to club is almost done. It's a verbal agreement because they are working on the approval for the budget, but Al Nassr are going all in for Samu Costa as the replacement for Marcelo Brozovic. So exclusive news also on Spain, Saudi Arabia sides. More to mention, congratulations to Fiorentina, who signed one of the most talented players of the World Cup that it's ending, and it's Chris Inao Ulai from Ivory Coast. Many people following the World Cup said this kid is very talented, very good midfielder. Fiorentina paid 30 million euros to Trabzonspor plus sell on clause to sign Ulai. Deal in place, and here we go for Ulai, who is already in Italy for medical test and contract signing. Vozinha, we are talking about the World Cup, and for Vozinha there is an official bid now, a negotiation ongoing. The club is not Inter Miami. The story about Vozinha and Inter Miami was only on the media, but the reality is that it's not true. And the club trying to sign Vozinha with an official proposal sent to his agents is Colo-Colo from Chile. The Chilean club sent a proposal to Vozinha. For those who don't know, Colo-Colo is an historical team in Chile, one of the most important, a really historical club, and they're trying. There is also Santiago Mele on the list, but Colo-Colo are trying to sign Vozinha. There is a negotiation. Let's see if they decide to go for him, if they can reach an agreement. They sent a proposal. Vozinha camp sent a counter proposal, but this could be here we go. The curious, here we go, from the World Cup. Moving into more names, guys. Moving into more stories. Let me mention something also on the situation of Marcus Rashford. I told you that Fenerbahce, according to my information, is not a possibility, is not an option for Marcus Rashford, so I'm not aware of that. And I'm told that Marcus Rashford at the beginning of August is expected to rejoin training at Manchester United. The release clause has expired, so the clause is over. Any exit would be negotiated with Man United, but there was already a negotiation, a conversation between Man United and the agents of Rashford, and in that meeting they agreed that Rashford can restart training. I'm told that Michael Carrick is really waiting to see Rashford in training. So Carrick is looking forward to giving a chance to Marcus Rashford. Then, if a bid arrives, there could be a possibility for an exit for Rashford. So I would not close doors to an exit this summer. But the clause is over. He's going to get back to training. This is Manchester United plan for Rashford. Then we will see what's going to happen there, based on proposals. But Rashford is not going to Fenerbahce, is not going to Turkey, is not going to this kind of clubs. Has to be elite European clubs, or Rashford is not moving. Then, more to say, guys. Many questions on Mo Salah. What's happening? Why Besiktas deny? Why Besiktas do official statements? Guys, the decision of Besiktas to deny the story about Mo Salah is because Besiktas, as of today, have not closed the deal for Mo Salah. And so, until the deal is closed, is signed, is completed, they have to be careful. It's absolutely normal. Besiktas are in negotiations for Mo Salah, for sure. There is a conversation. They sent a proposal to Mo Salah, but before saying Mo Salah to Besiktas, done deal, here we go, closed, travel, medical, whatever, we have to wait for an official agreement. And as of tonight, we still have to wait on the next steps before saying that Salah is a new Besiktas player. So let's be careful, let's wait, let's not be in a rush. And at the right moment, I will update you on Mo Salah, because he also has proposals on the table from MLS, proposals from Saudi, and so Besiktas want to be careful until they have a full agreement done with the player. Then, talking about players, I also wanted to mention Lucas Bergvall. Lucas Bergvall from Tottenham is expected to leave the club this summer. Bergvall told Tottenham that he wants to play on a regular basis. He's ready to maybe take a different step, but leaving Tottenham this summer is something that he has to do, according to the player, because he wants to play. And at Tottenham, the feeling of the boy is that after signing Matheus Fernandes, Sandro Tonali, and they're not going to play European football, he doesn't want to spend the season on the bench or playing 10 minutes every 2 weeks. And so, for Bergvall, bid from Nottingham Forest, talks with Newcastle. Both clubs are working for Lucas Bergvall. Both clubs are in contact. The highest proposal financially is from Nottingham Forest, but Newcastle can offer a very competitive project and also ambitions. So there is a conversation ongoing with both clubs. Let's see what Bergvall decides to do. But for sure, the situation of Lucas Bergvall is one to watch in the next days because he's expected to leave Tottenham Hotspur. On Tottenham, in terms of incomings, I stand by my news. It was end of May, June, July. I maintain my information. Tottenham wants Savinho. Tottenham will go for Savinho. There are negotiations ongoing club to club. Tottenham, Manchester City, Tottenham. Savinho is very keen on a move to Tottenham. Savinho was already prepared to go to Tottenham 1 year ago. They wanted him in summer 2025. It was an exclusive story, I remember, July 2025. Then the deal didn't happen because City decided to keep Savio, to offer him a new contract in September. But now Savinho wants to go to Tottenham, and Tottenham are negotiating for Savinho with Man City. Then, in order to get the green light for the move, Man City would need a replacement for Savinho. That's the point. But Tottenham are working on the Savinho deal. Not today, not yesterday, but I told you in June, and I stand by my information. Tottenham and Savio. This remains the priority. This remains the topic. And this remains the deal. Then guys, let me close on Julian Alvarez. New quote after a crazy day. I told you about Enrique Cerezo, who started the day, president of Atletico Madrid, saying the player, Laporta already knows, will stay at Atletico Madrid. Laporta replies, our offer doesn't end at any point, I mean, is not forever, is not valid forever. Then Miguel Angel Gil, the CEO of Atletico Madrid, powerful statement to the official channels. Julian is going nowhere. He's not for sale, not for 100, 150, 200 million euros. Laporta replies again tonight, and the statement of Laporta is, we will take a decision by the end of July. Our bid is there. I respect Atletico Madrid position. Our bid is still on the table, but by the end of July, so in a couple of weeks, we will communicate the end of our proposal. So for Barcelona, also, the deadline is becoming more and more public. Barcelona want Julian Alvarez. Barcelona will try again for Julian Alvarez. I'm sure about that, but I'm also sure that Atletico Madrid don't want to sell the player. So it's going to be a big story again in the next days, and we have to be also aware of the player position after the World Cup final. Just a quick one on Chelsea and Barcelona. Someone said from Spain the alternative to Julian Alvarez could be João Pedro from Chelsea. This story of João Pedro and Barcelona has been around in May, in June, in July. Why they always mention João Pedro? Because Deco already wanted João Pedro when he was at Brighton. Deco is a big fan of João Pedro, but the reality is that João Pedro is going nowhere. João Pedro for Chelsea is untouchable. So if you see links, if you see rumors, I can guarantee to you that Chelsea consider João Pedro. Simply not for sale at any price. Impossible. So guys, on this and much more, remember to let me know your opinion here in the comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, and see you soon.